What's up guys, my name is Ace, and with the addition of the JAK Slash Grip in Modern Warfare 3 last week, something I didn't quite realize when I was doing my full breakdown is this is actually the only underbarrel, or at least the only universal underbarrel attachment, that allows us to improve our sprint speed and our tactical sprint speed. And as a result, this allows us to get faster than ever with our builds, and this prompted me to go on the search for the fastest possible movement speed build in Modern Warfare 3. So today, I'm going to take you through the journey and show you guys some of the fastest setups you can make, including the absolute fastest setup we can make. Keeping in mind when I'm talking about speed here, I'm focusing primarily on sprint speed and tactical sprint speed, since those are the speeds that allow us to get around the map and get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. So just to be clear, we're not looking at the base movement speed when we're walking around the map, and we're not looking at our strafe speeds. I might do a separate video covering the fastest possible strafe build in the game, but today it's all about sprint speeds. And the first thing you're probably thinking, and the first thing I was thinking, is this is just going to be a melee weapon, so we have to look for the next best thing, and we'll instead narrow our search down to the fastest possible gun in the game. However, it turns out the fastest possible gun in the game is noticeably faster than the fastest melee weapon in the game. So let's go through the process here. If we're just looking at the base guns in the game and looking at their sprint speeds, without attachments, the fastest moving gun in the game is the WSP Stinger, with a base sprint speed at 6.4 meters per second, which is very, very fast for a base sprint speed. However, the problem with that gun is you can't get any faster than that with attachments. None of the attachments will improve that sprint speed, and most of them actually harm that sprint speed. And therefore, it turns out we can actually get noticeably faster than that with primary weapons in the game. So obviously, I wanted to dial into the SMG category next. And again, when we're talking about base guns with no attachments, the fastest in the game is the Fennec 45 from Modern Warfare 2. This one has a base sprint speed of 6.2 meters per second. The next best thing in the SMG category is 5.9 meters per second. There's several SMGs that are at that level, but nothing quite keeps up to the Fennec 45. And therefore, I actually thought this was going to be the fastest possible movement speed build in the game, especially because we can use that JAK Slash underbarrel on the Fennec 45. So what I did is I threw together the combination of attachments that give us the best possible sprint and tactical sprint speed on the Fennec 45. And it turns out this includes the double tap attachment, because that will improve our movement speed nicely. And with this build, we got a very impressive sprint speed at 6.7 meters per second, and our tactical sprint speed is 7.7 meters per second. So this is really, really good, but it turns out we can do even better than this. So the next couple guns I wanted to focus on are the FJX Horus and the WSP Swarm, because these have the best base tactical sprint speed in the SMG category at 7.3 meters per second. However, when it comes to the WSP Swarm, just like with the WSP Stinger, it just lacks in attachments that improve our movement speed stats. So that one I ended up ruling out pretty quickly. However, with the FJX Horus, we can do some pretty good things with this, especially when it comes to our tactical sprint speed. With the ideal attachments, our tactical sprint speed here is now 8 meters per second, so that's almost at the melee weapon level when it comes to tactical sprint speed, so very impressive there. However, our standard sprint speed isn't quite as good as the previous build. This is only 6.3 meters per second. And I mean, I say only 6.3 meters per second, that's still a very fast build in this game. It's just not quite the fastest. So again, really solid setup here if you want really fast movement speeds, but again, we can do even better. And this is where the fastest possible build in the game comes in. This is the build you've been seeing in the background gameplay with the Super E46. With this one, while it didn't immediately stand out as the clear winner for the fastest movement speed, it's really the attachments that set this apart. Not only because with the Bore 99 short barrel, we get a huge boost to our sprint and tactical sprint speed, much more of a boost than you would normally see with a barrel. We also have the Rescue 9 stock, which will give us a noticeably better boost to those sprint speeds compared to even the no stock attachment, which was really surprising as well. And it's really the combination of those two attachments that sets this apart. Keeping in mind, of course, we can also use that JAK Slash underbarrel, which makes a big difference. And since we are going for the fastest possible build, we're using the 20-round magazine on this, which is a bit annoying to deal with in-game, but that's okay, because we're going for pure speed on this build. And with this combination, we get a sprint speed of 7 meters per second. That's faster than the tactical sprint speed of most of the guns in the game. And then our tactical sprint speed is by far the fastest in the game at 8.6 meters per second. This allows you to get around the map noticeably faster than you can with a Karambit, which is the fastest moving melee weapon. And the funny thing is, even our base walking speed, which I know we weren't really optimizing for that specific speed, but it's worth pointing out, that speed is faster than the sprint speed of most guns in this game at 6.2 meters per second. Now, to top all of that off, we still have one extra attachment slot, and there are no other attachments that allow us to improve our movement speeds. So therefore, the obvious choice is the Quartermaster Suppressor, since not only does it keep us off the radar, which is a nice bonus, but mainly this helps very significantly with our recoil, which is really nice to have because many of the movement speed attachments tend to come with the trade-off of worse recoil. And this just keeps everything in check. And at the end of the day, I was surprised to see that this is a fairly versatile build. Really, the only significant thing that holds us back is the fact that you're stuck with a 20-round magazine. So that can be annoying having to reload after every 1 to 2 kills. And if you still want a really fast build that isn't technically the fastest possible build you can make, you could drop that 20-round mag and still have an 8.4 meters per second tactical sprint speed, which is, by the way, still faster than the Karambit melee weapon. So if you want slightly more versatility, feel free to drop that. But if you're going for absolute maximum speed, definitely put that 20-round mag on and you'll be zipping around the map like crazy. And of course, we can take this to the next level because we haven't even talked about perks and vests yet. If you want to squeeze out every bit of potential here possible, you'll also want to use the infantry vest because that essentially builds in double time for us. So we get twice the duration of our tactical sprint. And then on top of that, combine that with the lightweight boots to get the best possible boost to those movement speed stats. And if you do that, our tactical sprint speed is 9.45 meters per second. That's 21 miles per hour or 34 kilometers per hour, which is completely ridiculous. It feels like you have some kind of a speed hack on when you're using this combination. Of course, your footsteps won't be silent if you're using this combo. But in saying that, with how fast you're moving, you can often close the distance on enemies before they even realize what's going on, even if they can hear your footsteps in advance. And if you haven't tried this one out yet, I would definitely encourage you to give it a shot just for fun. I will by no means claim that this is the best possible build out there, the most versatile build. Even with the Super E46, I actually prefer my strafing build over this if I'm going for raw performance. But if you're just feeling that need for speed, give this one a shot for sure. And honestly, maybe even try out that Fennec build and that FJX Horus build as well. They're not quite as fast as this one, but they're still very fast and very enjoyable to use if you're just looking to zip around the map at nearly maximum speed. And with that, that's pretty much everything I've got for you guys in today's video. However, this kind of kickstarted the idea for a new potential series I'm going to do on this channel just for the remainder of the life cycle of Modern Warfare 3. And this is doing exactly what I did today, honing in on one specific stat and trying to find either the best or the worst possible build within that specific stat. So really trying to specialize to see the extremes and how extreme we can get. So we've done our fastest build, but I'm actually interested in exploring the best possible strafe speed build in the game. Maybe the best full auto hipfire build in the game, the most accurate full auto build in the game. Or if you guys have any other ideas for a very specific stat you want me to hone in on and try to create the best possible or worst possible build for that stat, just let me know down below. And if it's interesting enough for a video, I may end up doing one in the future. If you guys enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.